Good evening, Plum here, playing World of Tanks, and it is time for another head-to-head. And I've been waiting for a couple of KV2 matches where I could pair off against each other, and this one's just come in this evening from Phiblet, and I've had one on standby for a while now from Hydra. He was the guy in the video of mine with the artillery game. There's three of us in artillery, and we had a passing truck noise. Very memorable video just because of the passing truck noise. Anyway, this should be quite a good game, I think. Their scores are really high, and they're both in their KV2s. So Phiblet here is on Fisherman's Bay, tier 7 match. He's going to town, and the team have split. All the heavies have gone to town, all the mediums and light tanks have gone over to the west of the map, and we've got a medium A43 just sort of scouting the middle. I think he might have played this match today even. It's a 9.8 replay, so we're up with the KV85. No artillery, so to speak. You might have glimpsed at the start of this game that Phiblet considers this to be artillery with its 152mm gun. Who's going to have the better match? This is going to be a tough one to call, I think, looking at the results screens that I've seen. They're both going to be high on damage, high on XP, high on body count as well. Let's see what Phiblet can do. Typical spot this to come to in your KV2 on Fisherman's Bay. Come off this corner, you can normally get some good shots on. Now this is a little aggressive. Can we put a shot in that KV85? Where did that go? Unbelievable, there's no damage whatsoever. We managed to take a bounce of the KV85. That looked like it was going to go straight towards his turret, but it's the KV2, you never know quite where the shells are going to go. Some are going to go to the middle of the reticule, some are going to go to another planet, you just don't know. Okay, we've been shot in the side by VK36. He's going to come out for another go. Well, that is a tight reticule. That is highly unrealistic. These replays of late, Wargaming need to sort out their replay system because reticule stuff is always a bit iffy. Well, we've lost half our stuff and we've done no damage. This is going to be one heck of a return to form. He's been tracked again. We're in all kinds of trouble. Straight into the side of the KV2 turret. Does 331 damage for starters. We've still got that VK on our flanks. KV85 around the side of the street. KV2 up in front. This does not look good. Been tracked again. Or was that the first time? Not entirely sure. I'm paying attention, but I'm not paying attention as well as I probably should. There's too much to pay attention to. There's a lot going on. Forgive me. KV85 wants to have a little poke. If you go around that corner, surely you can take damage. Are you going to do this whole game with just a handful of hit points? That'll make it even better. Yeah, we're getting some flack now from the team. Awesome camping job, morons. Yeah, they have completely taken out the other side of the map. That's more like it. That is an explosion. The KV85 went up in a fireball. That's good stuff. That VK must be rubbing his hands together. He keeps poking around that corner and getting shots on these guys. So here comes the enemy team. They outnumber us. There are definitely more of them. We've managed to pull one or two back. A minute ago it was looking like it's certainly going to be a defeat. God, how is he going to pull this off? The scores I've seen him do. I am intrigued. 251. Set him on fire, the other KV85. Got to be wary now of where these enemy tanks are. There's so many of them. There's only a one tank deficit now. They have pulled some back. This is a good job by the team. They are defending now. Probably always argue it's easier to defend a position with tanks than it is to attack. Are they going to start the cap or what? I think that might be a prudent thing to make this team do something they maybe shouldn't do. Yeah, always worth taking a HE shot at any angle on any tank. You're probably going to do some damage. The epic long reload. 10 more seconds. It does take an absolute age to reload these guns on these tanks, but it's always worth it. Why wouldn't you? If you're sitting there and you haven't got a KV2 in your garage, start the process today. It is seriously one of the most fun tanks to drive. It may be slow. It may have a slow reload, but that gun! You almost want to have a mouse and keyboard which has rumble pads in it, so when you fire this gun, everything shakes. 152mm. These shells are the size of side plates. Nice shot, 631. This is more like it. Got 2 kills. I'm driving it like a TD off the back of the tank. Unlike some of its brethren, it can't really take the hits to KV2. It may be a heavy tank, but Tier 7s are going to pen it at pretty much any angle. Even Tier 6s, I dare say. The ARL 44, so we have managed to get a 1 tank advantage. They really should have started capping this team, shouldn't they, to drive home that early advantage they had, just to divide these tanks up. Just 3 minutes ago, Phiblet was looking like he was in all kinds of trouble. Losing hit points, hadn't killed anything, had done very little damage, but in a very short space of time he's managed to rack up over nearly 2,500 damage. Killed 2 tanks, clung on to the hit points that he had. He can take a hit from pretty much everything on this map at the moment, so there's always a chance. He's going for a kill shot on the side of his PZ3, I think. Like to remove him from the game. T-34 is nearby. Where's the T-34 on the enemy team? Look on the mini-map, he's right here somewhere. Oh! It's your history, buddy. Danakira 00 is gone. Right, what's he thinking? Where's he going to go? He's got to go back to the cap and stop the cap. There's 3 tanks out here still. The ARL, I'm not sure where he is. He's telling his team he's got 7 seconds left on his reload. Very helpful to know that sometimes, particularly on mobile artillery. The KV2 is. He's going to get 1 chance at knocking out this T-34. Oh, he's only got low hit points, 73 hit points. 24 seconds left. Getting some sound advice from teammates saying get behind that road. The T-34 decides to run. You can't outrun HE from a KV2. Nice. 2 tanks left. Let's go back to town. Right, here's the ARL. He's got 820 hit points. They've got all of his hit points. Can we get a shot in this? Oh, beautiful shot. Pull the trigger. 820 hit points just vaporized in an instant. KV2'd. Congratulations, you have been KV2'd. 5 kills. Can he get the last one? Is that a request he's making for Top Gun, or is he just speculating? Can I get Top Gun? I'd say you can get Top Gun. There it is. In the end, it really turned around that much. I thought that was going to be a lot longer. It's quite a short game in the end. Well played, Phiblet. Managed to stay alive, keep putting the hurt down, get his tank back to base. Seemed to be having to do everything for the entire team, it seemed. Bit of a carry, I'd say. My god. Right, let's roll over and merge into Hydra's game and see what he can do. Okay, here we are with Hydra. Now Hydra is in a platoon with 2 other guys, so I'm going to try and not let that affect my judgment. But I've been waiting so long for a couple of KV2 games of this high scoring nature to come along that I've just got to put them together and try not to be biased at all. Now he's got a slightly easier matchmaking, tier 6 game, so he should have a slightly easier time on holding on to his hit points without any tier 7s shooting at him. Another advantage he's got is seriously cool camouflage. That KV2 looks awesome. I don't think I've got camouflage on my KV2. I really must get some, because I'm never selling it, ever. That is a tank you will be prizing out of my cold dead fingers when I'm a seriously old man, I hope. Oh, that M3 Lee is about to... yeah. Didn't feel Hydra's hurt, but he felt someone else's, the ARL. So, obviously we're on Kamaran. This is a replay from 9.5. We are time travelling a bit here. Probably going back to the middle of last year. We take out Tomcat 2009 in his T67. This loves shooting at open top tanks. I think T67 is open top, isn't it? Got the KV-1 being very brazen, pushing up our flanks. Can we get a shot on him? Would be nice. Obviously, as has been of late, problems with the reticule. He's aiming at that rock. Just ignore the reticule. I'm trying to, but it's hard not to. Oh, come on, one shot, one shot, one shot. Have we only fired twice? We've done 2 kills. Love games like this. So we're taking care of that minor minor insignificance that was the KV-1. Let's do some light tank work here and do some spotting. Push up on these bushes. How this thing can hide from anything, I have no idea. It's such a big tank. But we're using these bushes to help. Oh, this is the best target of all. I love shooting Hellcats with this tank. We have got a shot. He's tucked in behind a rock, bless him. Change targets, tier 5 or the Firefly. Let's go for the tier 5 heavy tank. Come on, plant one right in him. I don't think it'll kill him. 408. Too much armour on the front of that heavy tank to get a really solid penetration. On the mini-map you can see the enemy team have gracefully put up a nice defensive formation of the semicircle. Maybe they said that when the match was about to start. Let's do the semicircle defensive strategy. It always works. Oh, the Hellcat didn't get killed by a Hydra. But this KV-1S might, if he hangs around. Is he going to keep pushing? He might. Okay, Firefly's back up. Firefly's gone. This is a strong position to be in. Obviously, look at the mini-map. He's on this ridge here with this higher ground. He can look down on all this open territory, and any tank that decides to move, he's hopefully going to get his tank on. I mean, it moves pretty slowly, the KV-2, but when you turn the chassis and the turret together, you can bring it around reasonably quickly. You won't often miss a target at range. Close quarters, that's a different story. You can get circle strafed to death quite easily. What's he thinking? One of his platoon mates is dead. Haven't really noticed the effect of having platoon mates in this match at all so far, so that's good. Solely going on his sole performance. Still got a lot of damage to get done. We are talking about several thousand he's going to get, so we're only at 916. Okay. That was probably the wrong side of the buildings to push up on. Gotta say. Pushing up on that side of the building when the entire enemy team is on the island is a bad idea. Ooh, that T-28's gonna it's probably a shot he didn't really want to take anyway. T1 heavy, what position is he in? You can get shots on him. That turret is so tall. Right, Firefly's up. Nashorn's up on the other side of the map. He's right on that ridge line, the Nashorn. I was going to say, flipping heck. You'll probably see him. And they've got a Jackson as well coming around on the northeast corner of the map. It is a very dominating position to get this centre position on Kamaran. Once you're in here, you look at his spotting circles on the mini-map. You can pretty much see the entire map from here. We are taking some hits. Takes out the Nashorn, 4 kills. I think we're going to end up doing all of our damage from up here, you know. Just lazily wait for that Panzer to just bumble by. It's all very civilised. Still got a couple of tanks unaccounted for. Is it a Hellcat? Let's just check. No, sorry, it's the Jackson. It's those top tier 6, the VKs. I don't think we spotted those guys yet. Are they just camping their ridgeline back at their base? Jackson doesn't appear to want to do much. Okay, Jackson's up. Jackson's moving along that riverbed. You probably saw me do that recently in my Cromwell. It's a good way to get across this side of the map relatively safely. And do it yourself if you want to move up on this side of the map. Okay, he's coming up and lead that shot. Beautiful lead. These HE shells, they don't fly very fast. You do need to give it, what did he give it? Nearly a tank's length then to nail that shot. Damn good shot, Hydra. They're camping this island. Why the hell wouldn't you? This is such a strong position on this map. There's the pair of VKs. Right. They're over in the west. And that one, there's a shot on that one. We're going to send that one over. This is tricky. So many buildings in the way and those bushes, it does become a little uncertain whether you're actually going to hit anything. I'd probably put one through that wall, I think. And it would probably do some damage. Here he comes, he's coming out. Here he comes, here he comes. He's moving. Got to give that some lead. Leads it beautifully. That's Guck dead. One more VK to go, and then there's still that pesky T1 heavy. You hit him earlier. Needs to get some payback on that guy. And we are reloaded. Cha-ching. That VK's in a bit of a spot now. We're all camping this ridgeline up here with lots of movement cover. VK's, well, what's he going to do? If he goes for our flag, we're going to see him and shoot him. 6.5 minutes left. This is okay. We've got the S35 CA TD swimming in the river. Has he got dirty? He's going back the way he's just come. Hydra's asking for the chap next to him in the PZ4H to go over there and spot. A few little glitches on this replay, can't explain why. It's a 9.5 replay and I'm playing it in the 9.5 version of the game. Was 9.5 glitchy? Can't remember. Maybe it was. Okay, we get a response from Charlie 10,000 and he's going to go and do some spotting. Nice to see a little bit of teamwork. Let's speed things up. ×2, ×4. Come on, PZ4H. Come on, Charlie. I think our S35 has managed to get himself stuck in the riverbed. And now I'm really glad I speeded this up. Again, I'm going to drop down ×2. And this is where it will get a bit tippy-toey for the PZ4. It is a one shot for the VK, I imagine. I'm just tracking his position. Our S35 has finally managed to get up out of the riverbed and he's coming around to the flanks as well. This gun is going to provide the knockdown punch. The PZ4 might spook him, but Hydra really needs to kill him. Where's he gone? And waiting for it to ping on the map. There we go. Right, back down to normal speed. So the S45CA is saying he's going to start capping to draw these guys back to the flag. This is great teamwork. The kind of stuff you like to see in a game of World of Tanks. Guys who have nothing in common whatsoever except they like playing World of Tanks working together. You think it would happen more often than it does. T1 Heavy's over in those bushes somewhere and they're going to have to go back and stop the cap now, so this is perfect. What an ambush. The S45CA may have taken his time getting through that riverbed, but he looked like he had a plan in mind. And I think wherever they go across here, they're going to get detected, and there's a sitter. The hand of Stalin. 7 kills for Hydra. there's that VK. I was going to stick something in front of that then, but I won't. I think our PZ4 might be about to get killed. Hydra, how could you? You sent him out there and now you've left him without your trusty gun. You had to do what you had to do. I think the PZ4 is about to bite it. Is he? Is he? Show us, Hydra. Is he going to die? He is going to die. Oh man, you sent him over there to his death. Fire! And we miss. The VK gets some breathing room now. Whew. Yeah, this is an old replay. Captain Kirk keeps popping up. My old Sixth Sense icon. And I think this is just going to go down to the flag, you know. I mean, the S35 could pull out, but there's only just over a minute to go, so there's probably no point, because if they can't find this guy, it could end up being a draw. So they really should go for the flag capture and finish this game off. Be nice to get this kill, though. I think the VK's given up. Why would he come out in the open and get killed? Oh, is he gonna? We can't quite kill him, but we get some consolation damage, and that is a wrap. Ooh, a slightly more tactical affair there for Hydra's game. Right, let's look at their post-game stats and pick which replay I enjoyed more. Okay, a couple of cracking games there in the KV2, one of my favourite tanks in the game, and I imagine one of many people's favourite tanks in the games. It's the KV2. You don't need to say any more than that. Infamous this machine is, and Phiblet's game is on the left and Hydra's game is on the right hand side. You can see they both picked up very, very similar medals. Identical medals, in fact. What am I talking about? They both picked up High Caliber and Top Gun. Both picked up their Ace Tanker badges and some pins and a whole bunch of stuff going on. You can see that in Hydra's match probably he did engage more tanks and do more spotting and more shots on tanks potentially. It just looks busier. But Phiblet's game, it all looks much more condensed, much more clinical. He was dealing with tanks and dealing with them on his own, it seemed, and taking care of business. Team scores, XP at the top. Hydra's game, 1468. Maybe surprising to find out that Phiblet's game actually scored quite a bit higher, 1697 on XP. But both scored 3,400 and something on the damage done. 6 kills, 7 kills, so extraordinarily close in terms of numbers. Which game was better? Well, both games had their highlights, certainly. I did enjoy Phiblet's game losing half his hit points at the start of the game and rolling around with those. He also managed to turn that KV-85 into a fireball, which is always very pleasing to see when your HE round does do that. And his penultimate shot at the ARL, when he put it in the side of the turret and completely obliterated it, took all of his 800 and something hit points in one shot. He was also the guy that had to go back to the cap. The KV-2 had to go and decap, or at least put pressure on it. The KV-2, yeah. So a really good game by Phiblet. Then we had Hydra's match, and his game was different because it wasn't an urban map so much. I know both maps aren't strictly city maps, but Phiblet did play most of his game in the city, whereas Hydra was out on the middle island and on Kamaran, and it was much more of a tactical sort of sniping role he was playing in that game, and he played it beautifully. Got a couple of one shots, which is always really, really nice, and talking to his teammates at the end and orchestrating the ambush, although he did leave his PZ4 out to dry at the end, which made me laugh. So I think there was a couple more instances in Hydra's game which were a little bit more funny, I guess. So I'm going to lean towards Hydra's match, I think. I could easily go towards Phiblet's game, but yeah, I'll just give it to Hydra on this occasion, I think. Better luck next time. Phiblet, don't feel bad. It's just a way of me getting 2 replays up at once instead of just 1. And yeah, thanks for sending in the replays, guys. Right, let's do another tank window. Welcome to another tank window, and this one has been sent in by Manga Marshall. He's been in a few videos, did one of my 10 questions, one's actually, and he's a very good player at World of Tanks. And, excuse me, I didn't know that he actually played World of Tanks in his kitchen. That's a first. It's extraordinary. There's a sink, there's water being sloshed and slashed around, and there's your PC, yards away. Isn't that a bit risky? Surely. I've not seen a PC in a kitchen before. This is awesome. It's like you can do cooking, and while you're doing something else, you can just have a quick game in a light tank or something that's going to be fast, and you might actually have time to do it because you haven't got to go anywhere to play. Just driving your tank, lean over, stir the spuds or something. Absolutely awesome. There's his rig, there's his setup. Looking very neat and tidy, and a little view of a window outside. So it's in a kitchen. I don't think I'll ever see that again. Has anyone else got their setup in a kitchen? Is it only Manga Marshall? Because that's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. It tickles me. Can we zoom in? Yes, it's a high-res file. And I think he likes the AMX-30B, the new tank in the game. Checking around, looking for something. No. There's no clues to anything else. It is lean and mean, that setup. Lean and mean. Let's take a look out the window. And we've got a view out of the window into his rear garden, I guess. And he appears to live in a forest. A really handy lookout post. That kind of thing's good when there's a zombie apocalypse. Let's face it. You want to be up high somewhere with small windows that you can shoot down on the blood-sucking, skin-eating scumbags. Particularly when they walk over your tulips. Got some nice garden furniture, nice little outbuilding. Maybe convert that to be a little PC room or something. That was really cool. Trampoline, we got one of those. And a barbecue. Very nice view out of your window there, mate. I can imagine going for a nice little amble through those woods, get a bit of relief from the stresses of playing World of Tanks, and then come back in and kick butt. Thanks for sending those in, buddy. If you want to send in your own tank window, it's pretty obvious what you've got to do. Take a picture of your setup, take a picture out the window, and email it to me. You can find my email in the About tab underneath my channel, and it will surely get shown. I will show every single one that I receive. So please don't be shy. Great stuff. Hope you enjoyed the head-to-head, and there'll be more of those coming, more videos coming as always, and more tank windows. And I think the next one is going to be the first female on the channel. Good stuff. So keep your heads down, drink plenty of water, and I will play tanks again soon. Take care. Bye bye.